of Earthrealm to another Mortal Kombat mobile video. Shall we begin?
Once again, you guys have voted on Twitter and the votes were very close this time, but your choice was Day of the Dead Erron Black. So without any further ado, let's get into this review. Day of the Dead Erron Black is part of the Outworld class and his passive is called Undead Bandit. When using special attacks, Day of the Dead Erron Black has a 40% chance to get them for free and power drain the opponent. When this happens, 30% of the time he will power drain the whole opponent team. When defeated, Erron Black's Ghost has a 50% chance to assist Day of the Dead characters on combo enders and special attacks. Opponent assassin characters have dodge chance reduced by 10%. Day of the Dead Erron Black's gear piece are the revolvers, and they cause 45% unblockable chance on basic attacks, 20% special attack 1 and 2 damage boost for Erron Black characters only, and 25% critical hit chance boost. In terms of Feats of Strength, he will have to perform 2000 special 1 attacks to unlock his rune. For the victory stances, he will have to win 750 matches in Faction Wars. To unlock all taunts, you have to perform 1500 special 2 attacks. For his icons, he has to win 200 matches in challenge mode. For the backgrounds, he will have to knock out 1000 enemies. And for his taunts, he will have to knock out 500 Johnny Cage enemies. So then, as usual, we are taking a look at his victory stances one by one. And of course, we're starting with the two obvious ones, victory. And the second one would be warming up. The next one is exclusive to Erron Black characters only, and it's called Good Day. And exclusive for Day of the Dead Erron Black only is called Draw. And on your victory screen it will look like this. Next I'm going to scroll through all his backgrounds. Now let's have a look at his icons. And finally the titles. Day of the Dead Erron Black has two different kinds of combo enders. The first one just knocks the opponent back a little bit and is ideal to follow up, for example, with a special 1 attack. And the second combo ender knocks the opponent down, and unless you're working off Feats of Strength for him or something, you better not perform a special 1 attack because it can be easily blocked. But to get the most out of your combo enders, it's definitely highly advised that you play him with a block breaking weapon. And since he's a diamond character, you can even use 2 block breaking weapons, and this way you reach a 90% block break already. And as you can see, you can even perform 2 different combo enders in a row. They come out quite easy with Day of the Dead Erron Black. With some other characters it's way more difficult. And should you start your combo enders when standing too far from the opponent, the final hits will still connect. In this regard, NetherRealm put a lot of thought into his gameplay, because when he's using revolvers, of course, bullets work on distance. His special 1 is called the Sand Slide and has a damage effect unless his passive kicks in. And one of the really good things about it is that it feels like Erron Black is a very fast character with this. But of course, as I already mentioned, the special 1 can be easily blocked. Then of course dealing no damage at all. His special 2, the Lead Overdose, deals a lot of damage, of course knocks out opponents, and in case opponents should survive, the Lead Overdose special 2 has a blinding effect, which causes opponents to miss their basic attacks and you can attack instead. His X-ray attack is called the Trick Shot, and I have to admit that I find it a little bit too silly because he's defying gravity in a way that it's almost laughable. But after performing an X-ray attack, Erron Black gets a luck buff which causes a critical hit chance boost, which then of course leads to dealing more damage to his next opponent. Should Erron Black get knocked out, he can still assist other Day of the Dead characters with his Undead Bandit passive. In my opinion, this is quite useless because it doesn't do really that much extra damage or anything. It just looks nice, but that's about it. Way more useful is that he can power drain his opponents with both special attacks, and of course that he can have his special attacks for free, and sometimes can follow up with a few in a row to make sure that the opponent will be dead at the end of the match. This way he sometimes can take on entire opponent teams on his own without even having the need to tag to his teammates. Day of the Dead, Erron Black always was a very strong character, even back then as he was introduced as just a gold card, but since the transformation to Diamond, especially with the extra slot for gear, he has become one of the most dangerous opponents in MK Mobile that you could face to this day. The ability for constant free special attacks and power drain on top makes him a very unpredictable character, and it seems his only weakness would be Dark Raiden, because when he power drains the entire team, Dark Raiden will get the power anyway. But besides Dark Raiden, there is probably not that much that can stand against him. Maybe classic Liu Kang, who gets the damage buff from the power drain, but that doesn't really bother Erron Black that much either. So in the end, you have one of the most deadly characters of the Day of the Dead team, and let's not forget that he is just one part of the Day of the Dead team. If you have Day of the Dead Jade in the team, he gets that extra shield which reflects damage back. If you have Day of the Dead Kitana, then every knockout or resurrection will cause him to heal, so it's almost impossible to take him down unless you're dealing very high damage attacks, and it's always advised if you face him as an opponent to take him out first and as quick as possible, just to avoid this constant power draining and free special attacks, because otherwise it will just rain damage on you. And as I already said, he's fast, he's unpredictable, and if I would have like one big negative about him, then I would actually say is that he looks a little bit skinny compared to his Gunslinger variation. And not only Gunslinger, even Bounty Hunter looks way more buffed if you look at his arms and how wide his shoulders are. It looks like this guy has been to the gym, and compared to that, Day of the Dead Erron Black doesn't really seem to be like the same character under this new costume. And it clearly is a costume, because some already argued that he might be dead and lost some weight, but he's clearly wearing a mask, it's not a real skull, so that argument is moot. But that doesn't mean that I don't like his design or something, because I really dig it. He definitely looks awesome. I would just have liked it if they would have stayed more in the continuity and presented him with a body type that actually resembles him a little bit more. But aside from that, Day of the Dead Erron Black is absolutely a great card, fun to play, and I would say that's it for this review. KC over and out for today.
Thank you for watching, Realm. If you enjoyed the slaughter and the bloodshed, you can support the channel by clicking on the like button. You can also click on one of the two videos presented by Baraka here. Also make sure that you are subscribed and click the bell notification icon to be notified upon new uploads. You all know the drill. Wound not kill, have a good one, and see you next time.